Hi, you guys. Yes, it's the same day as the day that I did my 21 day post op update because that one was just going over my results, what I look like, what I'm doing, what I'm wearing. I mean, just briefly. But this one, I wanted to actually sit down and actually share. Like I said, I wanted the opportunity um, to give a run by run of my experience um, from the day of my surgery. I mean, I have like a lot of tea for before my surgery, but from the day of my surgery, everything that happened. Some people may be curious, basically what happens leading up to surgery time. So, I had my pre-op appointment because I flew from out of town. You have to do a pre-op appointment at least one day prior to your surgery date. My surgery date was on a Monday, so I actually had to do my pre-op appointment on a Saturday because they're not closed. I mean, they're not open on Sundays. So I flew in on Friday night, and I just had to get to the clinic prior to 12 when they were closing. I went in on that particular day. I did not see any doctor, nurse, or anything like that. That pre-op appointment was mainly signing all of your consents to have the surgery and also reviewing again some of your medical history. Even though, which I should have mentioned also, was because I was coming from out of state. What I was required to do was to go to my own doctor, have them run labs, verify that, that I was pretty much healthy. And my doctor also had to sign a consent form specifically stating that I was healthy enough to have surgery. So I had did that prior to arriving. So, like I said, for the post op, it was just a little bit more history, like medical history, like did I have blood clots, this, that, or family history of that type of thing, so on and so forth. And then consents to have surgery, consent saying, I understand that, like it may not be perfect, things may come out asymmetrical, so on and so forth. So it was just signing all of the consents. I did that. My particular doctor at Jolie Plastic Surgery was Dr. Garani, and they said that he likes to fit you for his for Faja's himself. So I didn't get fitted for Faja, even though the other girls did, who had other doctors who were there for their pre-op as well. So after that, I went, nothing. I went back to the hotel or whatever and was just having basically a regular day. Um, then the day of surgery, they sent me a text message. They told me to be there at 7:30. So I was there at 7:30. Pretty much as I got there, I might have been there in the waiting room probably about 10 minutes. It was just me and one other female that was there. I don't know what she was there for, but I was there to get my Brazilian butt lift. So they called me back. They took me into the personalized room that has a TV and a recliner chair. They had me change into a gown, the like paper gown along with paper shoes. They had me put on the compression garment socks, and this was like pretty much in succession. Like there was no wait time, really. They took my drug test and pregnancy test. They had me go to the bathroom to take a drug test, and let me tell you, I have a picture of the panel. I mean, I don't know how many drugs that is that are in existence, but so basically it's a cup and it has strips all around the little pea cup, and they're all different substances, I guess, that it's checking for. I had never seen anything like this before ever. I mean, maybe it's common, but I don't know. I never saw it before. So, peed in a cup or whatever. They tested that. I believe they did test it for pregnancy. Again, that at that same time. So then they told me to just sit in the room. They told me I could watch Netflix. So I was like super nervous as could be. And I am a spiritual person. So on Netflix, I was watching the story of John, the story of John from the Bible or whatever, because I needed something to calm my nerve and make me feel comfortable because I went back there, on my own. I went to Miami with my two daughters, my 25-year-old daughter. Yes, I have a 25-year-old daughter. With my 25-year-old daughter, and I also have a 6-year-old daughter. So they're the ones who flew out with me to Miami. My 25-year-old was to be my caretaker. So they were sitting up in the front room and did come to the location with me. But when I went into the back room, I had to be I was on my own and like super nervous. So they gave me something to put on my head, the little paper thing to put on your head. Like I said, I had my compression socks, paper shoes, paper gown. And then the doctor wanted to see me. The doctor finally came in. And then he's like kind of like reading up on my history, so on and so forth. And, like I said on my other video, I had put in all my questionnaires that I had a BBL, tummy tuck, blah, 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 in March this same year, whatever. I put all the information. No one said anything. The doctor gets in there and he's like, "You just had a BBL this soon ago?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you tell us that?" I was like, "Yeah. I put that in all my paperwork." He's like, "Wow." He's like, "Because he's like, I wouldn't do a round 2 BBL until like a year post-op." But he said, "But I'm going to go ahead. Let me take a look at you. And then I'll make a determination if I'm going to do the surgery." So I'm like, what was the point of doing all that beforehand? They're acting like they're showing, when I'm had with my coordinator, it basically sounds like they're showing him what I'm sending them. They're asking me for pictures. They're asking me for medical results. They're asking me for questionnaires, for health history, surgery history, all this. And they're making it sound like they're showing the doctor. But when I got there, he was totally unbeknownst to him that I had already had this surgery previous by a different surgeon. So he was like, "Oh, well, let me look at you and take a look at your skin and see, does your skin look healthy to be doing this again?" So on and so forth. So he looked at me, and to him, he was like, "I can't even tell you supposedly had a BBL." And, he's asking me like, "Well, what sections did they liposuction?" And I'm like, "Well, my love handles, my this, that." And he's like, "I can't believe supposedly they just liposuctioned all of that because it doesn't look like any of that work was done." So on and so forth. He was just being honest, it just giving his honest opinion of what it was. He was making me feel kind of stupid. He was like, "How much did you pay for that?" I didn't even want to tell him, he was like, "I just want to know how much of your money you gave these people." And the way that I took it, honestly, to justify what I paid the first time, calling myself getting a BBL, is just I had an expensive tummy tuck. That's how I look at it, because I feel like my tummy tuck was successful. I'm very happy that I had the tummy tuck before I had Dr. Garani do my BBL, because honestly, had I not got a tummy tuck and I would have just gotten the BBL and got that good liposuction like he gave me, and if I would have just had that hanging skin afterwards, I would not have been satisfied. So it's like everything for a reason. And Dr. Garani says he doesn't do, because I had my tummy tuck / BBL the first time as the same procedure. And Dr. Garani's like, "Oh, I don't even do that as the same procedure. That's too much," so on and so forth. So I'm glad I had already had that done. I know there are dolls that, they have the a little bit hanging. The thing is, and not to knock anybody or not trying to, is I had liposuction before. She did my liposuction. I had ended up losing a grip of weight after I had my liposuction, because I was like, I don't want it to be all in vain to have done this procedure, so on and forth. And my stomach was so ugly. it was so ugly. It was like my stomach looked better because I have some stretch marks, or I had some stretch marks from having children. Matter of fact, I have five kids, four adults, and then I have a 6-year-old. But um, it was just all hangy. It was just hangy. It was like I was at, let's say, my goal weight, if you will, and it was hangy. I had no butt flat as could be. I don't, uh, just flat. But so I knew at that point that I needed the tummy tuck. So when I went to get the other BBL procedure, I knew that I needed the tummy tuck. It wouldn't make no sense at all to just lipo and then end up just having that hanging skin from, like I say, my stomach being stretched out this many times, having kids. Like it wouldn't have been satisfactory to me. So however it all went down, like I said, I had to have the experience. That was back in 2013. I had that first liposuction, and I had to have that experience to know I needed that tummy tuck. Otherwise, honestly, when I had got it, I thought, oh, I got good skin. I thought it was going to just bounce back, and it did not just bounce back. When I had got that first liposuction, my skin did not just bounce back at all. But, I mean, just since I brought it up, I'm just going to, show you what I mean. Like, I know, it's some dolls that have the work. Now, I do have, you can see some marks from wearing the compression garment, and I haven't been putting the lipofoam underneath, so I do have some lines. But I want you to see how tight my skin is. My skin is tight. I don't have nothing hanging. Here's my tummy tuck scar. But like I say, nobody sees that. I don't even worry about that. But it's so tight. This is so tight. I would have been disappointed if after getting liposuction this good to just have the hanging skin. I don't have a good editing program. I wish I could show you the pictures. Maybe I'll take the time to throw the pictures in here of what my stomach looked like from only having liposuction and being like way low weight. Now, another thing people always want to know too is, how much you weigh, BMI, this, that. It's hard to tell, how tall a person is. What do they really look like? So I'm just going to let you guys know. I'm 5'3", and right now I'm 185 pounds. But I'm loving how I look. To me, it's all about how you look. Like I said, when I had lost a whole grip of weight, I didn't like the way I looked at all. I had no butt. I was sucked up. I was skinny. It was not cute to me. It was not cute for me. That's just not what I like as cuteness or what. So, and I was probably like about 140 pounds. So now you're looking at, I'm like 40, 45 pounds heavier. The only thing I don't like is my arms. My arms are super, super fat. And what I've been noticing since I had my tummy tuck and that liposuction earlier this year, that fat's coming in here. Like they say, the fat don't go back to the places where they took out for the liposuction. What ends up is it starts packing on other parts. And it's no reason why my arm looks like, my arms don't even fit my body. That's what I think. It like they don't even fit the way the rest of my body looks. The rest of my body looks fit. Nobody, when I tell somebody I'm 180, 185, they're looking like, where, how, when? But it's what it is. When I went in, honestly though, I guess I've gained weight since after the surgery. But when I went, I was about 180. My BMI was like 30.6 or something like that. They told me the cutoff was 31. So I was making sure I was not eating a lot and none of that. But then after the surgery, I've been hearing people say you got to feed the fat so you don't lose your fat cells that you got injected, and it's like, I've been low-key trying to feed the fat, but what's happening is going into my arms, and I got, you guys know or should know, I had a breast reduction too, and it's going in back into these breasts. This breast reduction ain't finna last no time. Like, I can't even believe, you know, it's because my fat is, my genetics say go here, take that fat right there. Then my other genetics say take the fat right here. But since I've manipulated this section so many times, so it's not coming to right here. Now it's like coming into my arms. It's in my arms look. I don't like the way my arms look at all. They're super fat. But anyway, I think I got sidetracked. I was talking about how Dr. Garani was like, oh, he couldn't tell I had other work done, so on and so forth. But because my skin seemed to be in good condition, he was going to go ahead and do the surgery, and he did. So, now starting from the point where after surgery, so like I said, I had on, first I was talking about, so glad I did get that tummy tuck. It was expensive tummy tuck because the BBL and everything else wasn't a success. The tummy tuck was a success. Okay. Then moving on. Okay, I already had all that stuff on. So I'm going to take off my clothes. They took my pictures from like 8 different angles going around. And then pretty much they were like, come on, let's move on to the room. So we went ahead. We went into the surgery room. They laid me on the table. I see they started to strap my arms down. I was laying down flat. So I'm not sure why they would start strapping your arms down this way. Oh, look, you see my arms? When I tell you about my arms, it's issue. Ooh, I gotta deal with this. But I don't know why they lay you on your back and then strap you down, but you know to do a BBL. Well, maybe because they start with the liposuction first. I don't know. All I know is they put the IV in my arm, hand, something. I don't. I'm like, did they put it here? Yeah, I think they put it here. That's a shame. But it's so weird when you get put to sleep. So the guy, I was hooked up to something. The guy put a needle into the IV thingy, and it was some milky looking substance he was pressing in there. And he was like, oh, you're going to feel it burn a little bit. That I'm putting the sleep medication. Well, not sleep, the anesthesia into your thing. That's it. That's all I heard the man say. After that, I was waking up. After that, all I remember is waking up. After he said, oh, you're going to feel it burn a little bit. And I looked at it and I could see the milky substance he was putting in with the needle into the IV. And the next thing you know, I was waking up. When I woke up, I was shaking uncontrollably. I woke up, I already had my faja on, I already had my gown that I wore there on already. I was under a cover, laying on my stomach. And when I woke up, I was shaking violently. I could not control it. My body was just shaking. And from what I understand, it's because of how cold it was in the facility and in the operating room. I was violently shaking. I could not control it. My mouth was violent, chattering. I could not control it. I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, well, I'm alive. I woke up. So I got past that part. But what's wrong with me? Because I can't stop my body from shaking. I didn't realize it was because I was that cold, because I wasn't that cold when I went to sleep. I don't know how long the surgery was. I don't know how long I was in there cold. After some time, I did realize, okay, so they had a blanket over me, and then they had a little heater hose going underneath the blanket. Like, at first, I didn't even notice that. I was just so, again, I guess I was cold. In my brain, it didn't register I'm cold. I just was shaking and teeth like that, and I couldn't control it at all. So in my brain, I was like, okay, let me concentrate, make sure I don't bite my tongue, because I couldn't control it. My mouth was like, and then, so in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me be careful. Don't bite your tongue. Don't bite your tongue. Don't bite your tongue. Because I couldn't stop it. I couldn't anything. I had no control. body was shaking. Then all I knew was like I had to use the bathroom. So I called and I was like, I have to use the bathroom because like they put you in a room with just the curtains and a bed and each one, I guess, or whatever. And I was like, I have to pee, I have to pee. So the lady came. I couldn't even see the person because they came from behind me, and I pushed myself up with my hands. I kind of stooped back. She put a little chamber potty, we call it a chamber potty, but a little urinal, I guess, on my privates. And I was trying my best. I sat up. I'm holding on to the rails. If it's still shake, I'm holding on to the rails, trying to pee, but it was like I had no control of my muscle to do such thing. It didn't work. I said, never mind, I can't. They left. I didn't even see the person. I couldn't even see the person. All shit they did was came and push that thing up underneath me. I don't know who it was. I don't know what they looked like or nothing. And I couldn't pee. So I lay back down and my body is shaking more. And my head, like I said, I just keep telling to myself, mind over matter. Try to control yourself. Try to try to stop yourself from shaking or whatever. Is just what I remember telling myself. I couldn't stop it from shaking. I mean, I did for like a little bit. I could stop for a second and just be still and not, but then my body just started shaking again. I never experienced anything like this in my life. And then, like I said, I felt like I was going to pee on myself again. So I call and say, I think I could do it now. I push myself up. They push the thing underneath me again. Again, I don't even turn around. I'm sitting there and I'm trying to work my muscles down here, and it wouldn't work. And I just said, never mind, I can't. Then I took the little heater hose and I remember like putting it on my body like this because I figured, even though to me I couldn't tell I was cold, it was common sense. It was like kind of common sense. Like, I think I'm shaking like this because I'm cold. Like my brain wasn't together. You get what I'm saying? Because so I took the heater and was like, maybe if my body warms up, I'll stop shaking or whatever the case. I don't know. So anyway, shortly after, and mind you, I'm still shaking and they come to get me and they're like, it's time for you to go. I'm like, time for me to go. My body won't even stop shaking or whatever. They're like, back up. So I back up out the bed. They put me in the wheelchair. They take me out the back door. I guess they don't wheel nobody out the front to scare people. They wheel me out the front door. And I get out, and thank God in Miami it's so warm. It's so warm. It feels so good out there. And my daughters were with the Uber guy. The Uber guy had put all the like chucks and stuff all over the back seats and all that stuff, put the seat up. He already knew the whole get down, I guess, because that's what they do in Miami. So I went in there. I should have sat on the floor, but I didn't. I kind of kneeled over the back seat. And then it's kneeled in the back seat and just held on to the back of the seat like that. So I wouldn't have to sit on my butt. I was in so much pain when I tell you. I was in so much pain like I had not been in pain before. It hurt so bad. If you watch my breast reduction story about how the lady kept waiting till my chest started hurting before she would give me another round of medicine, and I thought that was a problem. No, this was a problem. The BBL pain is super major problem, and I don't know. I guess they don't give you no medication while you're there. At least on my breast reduction. On my breast reduction, they sat there. They watched me for a few hours after surgery and administering pain medication, made sure I was comfortable, this, that. Not with this. They was like, it's time for you to go. And I told the lady, oh, I'm in pain. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to be sore. It's not sore. It's not sore. It's pain. It's pain. When I say pain, it hurt bad. My butt felt like it was on fire. My butt felt, that was the most pain. This hurt too, but the butt pain was the most overwhelming. Like my butt was just on fire. It hurt so bad. Then because I hadn't eaten before, my daughter had got my prescriptions and stuff, but because I hadn't eaten a whole 8 hours prior to the surgery, the time during the surgery, and however long it took me to wake up, which I have no idea, I had lost all sense of time once I woke up from that surgery. I don't know what time it was then. I don't know what time it was got back to the room. I don't know what time it was, nothing. So, we got back to the room, and my daughter was like, "Oh, I can't give you the medication until you eat something because there's nothing on your stomach. It's gonna make you sick." Well, she was right, and I knew she was right because I've had to take, Norcos in the past. The way it's true, it would tear you up. You'll be throwing up on top of being in pain. So I was like, "Yeah, you're right. Even though how much pain I'm in, I need some food on my stomach." She went because I had bought some clam chowder soup, but she went, she heated up the clam chowder. She fed me. I was in so much pain. I couldn't do nothing for myself. When I tell you I couldn't, for a whole week, I couldn't do anything for myself. And that's not like me because I'm a G. I'm a G. It's like, no matter what, it's like I perform. The BBL, nah. BBL knocked me on my ass, excuse the pun, knocked me on my ass. I could not with that pain. I could not. Woo! And like I said, this one, I done had 5 kids. When I had my kids, I didn't have no epidurals. I had natural childbirth and all this and that, whatever. I didn't have a C-section. I'm going to tell you why I think. My longest labor, I believe, was probably about 6 hours when I had my daughter. Now, a lot of people are in labor way longer than that, and I understand that, but God bless me, 6 hours, because he knew I couldn't take it no further. Like I wouldn't even last. But after I had those babies naturally, because I didn't have no C-section, I had them naturally. I didn't have no. I think at my daughter, I had all natural, no Demerol, no nothing, no nothing. I thought I thought I could do it. By the time I wanted medication, I said, "Never mind, give me some medication now." She was already coming out, so that was that. But I think the most I've had was Demerol having these kids, and Demerol just kind of knock you out. I feel all the pain, but it just kind of knock you out. You go like, and then you knocked out, you sleep. But like I say, having these kids to me wasn't even as bad as this BBL pain. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Like I say, a mother of 5, my opinion, because once I kicked them babies out, once they came out of the womb, no pain. It was like nothing had ever even happened. Nothing hurt no more. I don't feel nothing. I was just back to my old regular self as soon as them babies came out. And as far as my last 2 babies, because the more kids you have, the quicker they pop out. I might have been in labor like 2 hours. So max from start to finish, and the babies was out. So like I say, boom, I could do that. BBL pain? Oh no. It goes on and on, day after day after day. That mess was like, oh my gosh. I'm still feeling it. This is getting better. It started with my butt. My whole problem with the BBL was when I took the medication, it helped my abdomen. My abdomen pain went away. All my front and back, all of this was fine. That's how I knew the medication was working, because this pain went away. But did nothing take the pain away from my butt. Nothing. My butt hurt the whole time, every single day, at least for the whole week. For the whole first week. It hurt. Even I came home 1 week, 7 days after. Yeah, it was still hurting. It was still hurting, but that's when I got the CBD gummies. When I took the CBD gummies, I would only take them at night, because like they would make me kind of high, and I just don't like that feeling, all that. So I wait till when I'm getting ready to go to sleep or whatever. And what I notice is it immediately takes the pain away before you even feel the high. The high, it takes like a whole hour or something for you to even feel the high on the CBD gummies. But that's because mine had THC. From what I understand, you can get CBD with no THC content at all. And it's the CBD portion of it that actually takes the pain away. It's not the THC, because I had got one with a higher THC level, and it knocked me out, making me sleep. But it didn't really target the pain. The one that had higher CBD targets the pain to where before you even start even feeling high, as soon as you take the CBD, about 30 minutes later, you notice the pain just start going away. You don't know that pain ain't so high, at that high level like it was. So that was that. Uh, like I said, I can't tell you the exact day the pain start going away on my butt portion. Like I say, it's sore to the touch. If I touch it, it's sore. But when I don't touch it, it's not in pain. But all of this is sore, sore, sore. So, anyway, so back to came home, had my daughter feed me the soup. I went back to the hotel, had my daughter feed me the soup, took the medication. Pain up in here went away, but the pain to nowhere else didn't went away. I kept my anti-embolism socks. They said 10 days. I kept those on. I didn't take them off for nothing. I took a shower with them. I did everything with them on. I believe I took them off the day I was traveling. I think that was 7 days post-op. I had taken them off. But I want to do a video, or I've been asking my daughter to do the video because that was just like my portion of whatever. But I wanted my daughter to do a video of everything she had to do for me because she had to do everything for me. Everything, get my drinks. And what I did is I just lay flat on my stomach the whole time. But I did get up and walk every hour. No, every 2 hours. Every 2 hours I walked for at least 10 minutes. And that was to avoid embolisms. So I was able to do that. But besides that, I was out of it. She washed my clothes. She washed my faja. She pulled my clothes on for me. I was able to bathe myself. I took my showers on my own. But, I had her running ragged. And I'm going to do a video either with her, and I've asked her, like, make a video to say all the things you had to do for me. Because it was a lot. I'm so glad that I had her, and like I said, I would get uncomfortable. Back of my legs was feeling fatigued. She had to massage my legs. It's just all kind of stuff. And then I'm just not easy to deal with because I'm picky with my food. I wanted certain stuff to eat. Like, I like grilled cheese sandwiches. And I'm up in the room begging her, please make me a grilled cheese sandwich. Because we had a suite, so we had the stove, the kitchen, whatever. We had went shopping prior to and, had the ingredients for the stuff. So besides the fact that I couldn't do nothing for myself, then on top of that, I was being picky. She was like, how you sick? And how you just, but you worried about how I'm feeling. But I'm gonna have her do her portion, or we'll do it together so you can see everything she had to do. And like I said, I was so out of it. During that time, I cut my locks off too. And honestly, the thing with that was it's like they was all over my head. That's the thing. Without a scrunchie or whatever, they was all over my head when I move my head, when I'm laying down. Because all I could do was like lay on my stomach and the hair just whatever. And it was getting on my nerves. And then I had my daughter put it in a ponytail. But the thing is, if I put my hair in a ponytail, it gets me headaches. So it was like, yeah, I could keep this thing balled up in this ponytail, whatever, but I just feel like I just wasn't myself at that time, I just wasn't myself at that time. I was in so much pain and I didn't want nothing bugging and bother me, and I cut them off. It just was what it was, but yeah, so, but I just wanted to give you like a rundown of what I did, or what my day of surgery was like. So that basically was my day of surgery. But what I did do too is I drank a bunch of pineapple juice. I drank a bunch of Pedialyte. I bought the Pedialyte instead of the Gatorade. I bought the whole big old, I don't know, pint, but I don't know how much it was or whatever. And I was just chugging, because they just said, your body needs to replenish itself with that stuff. So, and like I say, I walked 10 minutes every 2 hours. Um, and what else? So I did take a lot of stuff down there. Like I took the tea, I took the this, I didn't take none of that stuff while I was there. I took the arnica gel. I didn't use it. I didn't start using that stuff till I got home. Um, but yeah, that was basically my day of surgery. Everything, how it went. Um, and I'll give you more nuggets. There's some more stuff that I could go over about my trip down there and everything, but that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.